Hey everybody, Glad Dad here. I decided to bring you guys what I think is definitely a #1 pick for the meta going in here, just because of its rogue ability to play through the fact that everybody and their moms are playing D-Barrier. I do apologize on my last video. I think I forgot to upload my extra deck. I don't know. I was extremely tired, and I was trying to make you guys a video, and I completely forgot. But I think this overall, I know this isn't quite the deck you guys are waiting on. You guys are waiting on like Glad Beast, Tri Brigade, and stuff. But this is definitely probably another top pick. I think I'm going to start playing this format just because of the fact that a lot of decks have a hard time dealing with the boss monster of this deck, and this deck has multiple ways to OTK your opponent, and it just has so much utility in itself, and it doesn't auto lose to D-Barrier or anti-spell for that matter. So let's go ahead and we'll get into it, without further ado. So pretty standard. In the beginning you have 3 Achichi Adignister. He's your monster searcher. When normal or special summoned, he can search an Adignister monster. Typically, he's like your main one you want to start with. Then you'll go ahead and you'll search into your Picari, or as some people call it, Pikachu. He is your spell and trap searcher. Whenever he is normal or special summoned, he searches your spell or trap, spell or trap, but typically spells, because you don't really play any Adignister trap cards. And then I'm still on from testing the double Doyon. I noticed a lot of lists will only play 1. I like 2 because this guy can essentially kind of become a pseudo starter, because your main starters are Achichi and Picari. But this guy alone can, not alone, but comboed with another card can essentially get you to the same board. Now for some of the one-of-ones, we do play the one Baruru. On normal or special summon, he's your Foolish Burial. Typically, you will dump, if you need other ones, you can dump them off of him if you need to use him as a starter to keep going. But typically you'll dump the Don Mari here off of him, so that way you have the negate and grave for your Link 6. Then we play the one Hayari Adignister. This is just so that way you have an extra extender, another attribute, another name, another way to make the big guy 6k. And then also it's basically your playthrough nib. We play the one Gachatari. This guy makes the invincible access code, so he's really good. I play the one Doshin. A lot of people don't play Doshin. I like Doshin a lot. You don't play him for his effect. You just play him because he's a free summon. Onto the hand traps that I'm playing this format. Since this deck has such a small engine, you can get away with playing so many hand traps, which also is another reason I think that makes this deck a really good, viable rogue-like option for this format. As we play 3 Ash Blossoms. Pretty standard. I play 3 Effect Veilers. Veiler's just good right now, I think, because you still have Flunder floating around, you still have Sword Soul. I think it's still another really good option. And then I'm main decking Nib in this deck because you don't care. I mean, you put a Link 6 on the board that can't be affected by anything, so you just nib your opponent when they try to get over it. 3 Infinite Impermanences. That's our last pseudo hand trap for the deck. I think, again, Imperm's just another good trap this format. Or another good hand trap, period. On to the spells. We play the best spell in the deck, which is 3 AI lands. This card is the bread and butter of the deck. I mean, it allows you to special summon each attribute from your hand once per turn. So even the one that you normal essentially to start your plays, you can just go ahead and respecial it later once you add it back off of Doyon. Then we play 3 AI Michu. This card needs a super. This card is your rotor for the deck. It searches anything in the deck as long as you reveal something with 2300 attack in the extra deck, and you can search something for the same attribute that matches that from the main deck. So if you want to search your Doshin, you can reveal transcode. If you want to search Doyon, you can actually reveal access code. If you want to search, or Dark Templar. If you want to search Achichi, you reveal Heat Soul. If you want to search Baruru, you can reveal Pegasus. And if you want to search Picari, you reveal the Agnister Dragon. They're all 2300 attack. Just remember, if you do not summon the creature that you reveal off of this, you do burn at the end phase for 2300. Onto the other spells, we do play 2 FA Eating Spirit. I'm sorry. It's essentially a pseudo monster reborn. If you have an Agnister monster you control with 2300 more attack, would be destroyed by card effects, you can banish this card to save it. So he also has pseudo protections. I mean, a lot of people play one, but I like it too. We do play the double reborn. This is the quick play. This is typically the card that you search off of the Picari most of the time. Occasionally you do have a third option, which is the AI Contact. This is your Pot of Greed. If you have 2 field spells, this lets you put 1 back and draw 3 cards. Typically you only go for this if like you know you're in a winning game state or your hand's really, really bad. Because most of the time your opponent's going to hash that. Then we do play 3 more Rotas because everything in our deck is Cyber. So we play 3 Signet Minings to make sure we can dig deep enough to get to the cards that we want to get to. And then last but not least, for the last 2 cards in the deck, I do play the one Called by the Grave. And I do main deck the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, so that way if you do go second, you can go ahead and blow out their back row. Now we'll go ahead and get into the extra deck real quick. All Might for one. So a lot of people only play 2 of this card. I play 3. I think 3 is necessary just because you end up burning through 2 of them in your first combo, so just having the 3rd one for the later follow-up is really nice. It really helps you in some of the grind games. We do play the 1 Link Spider in case we get nibbed. You need to get that token out of your extra monster or out of your main monster zone, or else you're really screwed. We do play the 1 Security Dragon, so that way you can link away with anything else and the nib token if needed, or a Link Spider into something else. I play the 1 Wicked. You kind of have to for the combo. This card is actually pretty low-key insane. I mean, it can't be destroyed. It searches your Baruru tuner. We do play the double Splash Mage. You're going to burn through 1 in your combo, and it's nice to have a second one to make the access code on the following turn. And then as you guys saw in the extra deck already, we do play the Heat Soul now. We play Heat Soul because you get to draw a card. We also play him because he's 2300 attack and he's fire, so we can search a Chi-Chi off of AI Michu by revealing him. And we can also... He's just inherently better than the Fire Phoenix. You know, as much as I like the Fire Phoenix because it's an Agnister card, I like Heat Soul a lot better. Heat Soul also allows you, if you wanted to play the Code Talker package in here, you could. Then we play our 1 Dark Templar. I thought about upping Dark Templar to 2, but I just don't see. I don't see where. I mean, typically by turn 2, you're killing your opponent. We do play the 1 Transcode Talker. I do not play Update Jammer. I do not like Update Jammer in this deck. I mean, you can play it if you want. For me, it never comes up. I'm typically killing my opponent without it. You could replace the Security Dragon with the Update Jammer, but I think I'll stick with my Security Dragon. We play the 1 Access Code, as you guys saw earlier. We play Big Boy, the Towers of the deck, the one that is unaffected by all card effects, gains 1,000 for each material that was used for his Link Summon with a different attribute. So typically you can get this guy up to 6k. Then our last 2, you play the 1 Pegasus for your combo. Also going second, this guy breaks boards because you just can force out all that back row. And then last but not least, your own inherent Dingirsu. Light Dragon Agnister. This guy is actually pretty good for popping cards as well as protection on the field. Also, he can revive any Cyberse monster in the graveyard. When another Cyberse monster I control inflicts battle damage. So, but that is it for the deck profile, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, I'm going through a little bit of rough times at the moment, but we'll get through it. I'll get some more deck profiles out here for you guys as quick as I can. So, I will see you guys next time in the Coliseum.